Timothée Chalamet just won his first Golden Globe for Best Actor for the movie Marty Supreme. And before that, he won the Critics' Choice Award for the same role, back-to-back wins. And the internet is losing its mind. Not because he won, but because of who didn't win. Michael B. Jordan for his performance in Sinners. Now, before you click off thinking this is just another Timothy glazing video, hear me out, because this debate is way more interesting than people think. We're not talking about some random actors here, we're talking about two of the biggest names of this generation going head-to-head with career-defining performances. And the questions everyone's asking are complicated. Did Timothée deserve those awards? Or did Michael B. Jordan get robbed? And here's the uncomfortable part. Did factors outside the performances influence the outcome? Today we're breaking this down. Performance by performance, career by career, no bias, no fanboying, just facts. Because by the end of this video, we're going to answer the question once and for all. Who's actually the better actor? Timothée Chalamet or Michael B. Jordan? Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the performances that started this whole debate, because this isn't about their entire careers yet. This is specifically about Marty Supreme and Sinners, two completely different films. Two completely different characters, but both demanding everything from their lead actors. Marty Supreme is Timothée Chalamet's collaboration with Josh Safdie, where he plays professional ping-pong legend Marty Reisman. And if you've seen the film, you know immediately, this isn't the Timothée we're used to. This isn't the soft-spoken vulnerability of Call Me By Your Name. This isn't the restrained, reluctant messiah from Doom. This is swagger, confidence, ego. Marty Reisman was a showman, a hustler, someone who commanded attention the moment he walked into a room. And Timothée had to embody all of that while also making him human. Because the best biopics don't just show you the legend. They show you the person behind the legend. What makes this performance stand out is the physical transformation. Timothée had to learn ping pong at a professional level. He had to nail the New York accent. He had to carry himself differently, walk differently, talk differently. Everything about this role required him to step outside his comfort zone. And working with Josh Safdie, who's known for pushing actors to their breaking point, Timothée delivered something raw and electric. There's an intensity here we haven't really seen from him before. This performance isn't built on restraint. It's built on chaos, confidence, and presence. And according to Timothée himself, this is his best performance yet.
Like, this is probably my best performance, you know? And that it's been like 7-8 years that I feel like I've been handing in really, really committed, top-of-the-line performances. And it's important to say it out loud because the discipline and the work ethic I'm bringing to these things, I don't want people to take for granted. I don't want to take for granted. This is really some top-level shit.
The Golden Globe voters agreed. The Critics' Choice Awards agreed. Marty Supreme didn't just mark a new chapter in his career. It validated his evolution as an actor. Now let's talk about Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. Directed by Ryan Coogler, this film asks Jordan to do something incredibly demanding. Play two brothers with completely different personalities in the same story. And if you know anything about acting, you know how insanely difficult that is. Playing one character convincingly is hard enough, but playing two characters who have to feel like distinct individuals while also sharing the same face, that's a whole different level. And Michael B. Jordan doesn't just pull it off, he makes it look effortless. One brother is calculated, controlled, methodical. The other is impulsive, emotional, chaotic, and Michael B. Jordan has to switch between these two personalities seamlessly, sometimes within the same scene. He has to make you forget you're watching the same actor. And from what critics are saying, he does exactly that. But it's not just about playing two characters. It's about the emotional weight he brings to both. There are moments in Sinners where Jordan is carrying the grief, rage, and complexity of two lives simultaneously. And that kind of performance requires a level of skill and commitment that most actors simply don't have. So when people say Michael B. Jordan got robbed, they're not just being dramatic. They're pointing to a performance that is technically more challenging and emotionally just as powerful as Timothée's in Marty Supreme. Alright, so we've talked about the performances. But to really answer who's the better actor, we need to look at their entire careers. Because one great performance doesn't make you a great actor. Consistency does, range does, and the willingness to take risks does. Timothée's career is fascinating because he's managed to do something very few actors pull off. He's credible in both indie art house films and massive blockbusters. That's rare. Most actors are either one or the other. He started with Call Me By Your Name, an intimate character study that required vulnerability and subtlety. Then he did Lady Bird, Beautiful Boy, Little Women, all emotionally driven, character-focused films. But then he pivoted. He took on Dune, a sci-fi epic that required him to lead a massive franchise. And he didn't just survive, he thrived. Then came Wonka, a family-friendly musical where he had to be charming, goofy, and sincere all at once. Then a complete unknown playing Bob Dylan, where he sang live on set and learned guitar and harmonica from scratch. And now Marty Supreme, where he's playing a character completely unlike anything he's done before. So when you look at Timothée's range, it's undeniable. He can do vulnerability, he can do intensity, he can do comedy, he can do musicals, he can lead blockbusters and carry indie films. That's versatility. Now let's talk about Michael B. Jordan, because if Timothée is the versatile chameleon, Michael B. Jordan is the powerhouse who brings gravitas to everything he touches. He started on TV with The Wire and Friday Night Lights, where he proved he could handle complex, grounded characters. Then he broke out with Fruitvale Station, a devastating true story where he played Oscar Grant. That performance was gut-wrenching, raw, real, and it put him on the map. Then came Creed. And this is where Michael B. Jordan showed he could carry a franchise. He wasn't just playing Adonis Creed. He was honoring the legacy of Rocky while also making the character his own. And he did it so well that he became the face of the franchise, eventually directing Creed III himself. Then there's Black Panther, where he played Killmonger, one of the best villains in the entire MCU. He brought depth, pain, and righteous anger to a character that could have easily been one-dimensional. And people still talk about that performance years later. But here's the thing. While Michael B. Jordan has range, his roles often lean into a similar energy. He's the intense, emotionally charged, physically commanding presence. He's incredible at it. But does he have the same versatility as Timothée? That's the question. So let's get back to the main question. Did Timothée deserve the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice Award, or should they have gone to Michael B. Jordan? Because here's the thing. Timothée didn't just win one award, he won both. Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. Back to back. And Michael B. Jordan walked away with nothing. And that's when things got uncomfortable. Here's the honest truth. Both performances are incredible. Timothée and Marty Supreme is a revelation. It's a side of him we've never seen before, and he commits fully. Michael B. Jordan in Sinners is a technical marvel. Playing dual roles at that level of complexity is insane. But awards aren't just about who gave the better performance. They're about narratives. And right now, Timothée's narrative is stronger. He's the young actor who's been grinding, taking risks, and finally getting his flowers. This is his first Golden Globe, his first major acting award. And Hollywood loves a coronation story. Michael B. Jordan, on the other hand, is already established. He's already proven himself. He's already a star. So even though his performance in Sinners might be just as good, or even more technically impressive, the narrative isn't as compelling to voters. Is that fair? No. But that's how awards work. It's politics, it's timing, it's storytelling. But there's another conversation happening that we need to address, because some people are saying the real reason Timothée won over Michael B. Jordan has nothing to do with performance or narrative. They're saying it's because Timothée is white and Michael B. Jordan is, black. And look, this is uncomfortable, but it's not coming out of nowhere. Hollywood has a long, well-documented history of under-recognizing black actors at major award shows. Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, Chadwick Boseman. These conversations didn't start today. So when Michael B. Jordan delivers a performance as technically demanding as Sinners, playing dual roles with emotional depth, and walks away with no major awards, while Timothée Chalamet wins both the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globe, people start asking questions. Are those questions fair? Yes. Do they automatically mean Timothée didn't deserve to win? No. But here's what is fair to say. Award voting doesn't happen in a vacuum. Bias, conscious or unconscious, has always shaped what gets recognized and what doesn't. That doesn't take away from Timothée's performance, but it does add context to why moments like this feel frustrating for a lot of people. So this isn't about tearing one actor down. It's about acknowledging that the playing field hasn't always been level, and in moments like this, that history matters. All right, we've looked at the performances, we've compared their careers. Now it's time to answer the question, who's actually the better actor, Timothée Chalamet or Michael B. Jordan? And here's my take. They're both elite, but they're elite in different ways. Timothée is the more versatile actor. He can disappear into wildly different roles and make each one feel authentic. He's not afraid to look weird, vulnerable, or uncomfortable. He takes risks that most actors wouldn't. And he's working with some of the best directors in the world because they trust him to deliver. Michael B. Jordan is the more commanding actor. When he's on screen, you can't look away. He brings an intensity and physicality that few actors can match. He elevates every project he's in, and he's proven he can carry massive franchises while also delivering devastating indie performances. If you want someone who can transform into anyone, you pick Timothée. If you want someone who dominates every frame they're in, you pick Michael B. Jordan. But if we're talking about who's better right now in this moment based on these two performances, I'd say it's a tie. Timothée won the Golden Globe, and he earned it. But Michael B. Jordan gave a performance that is just as deserving of recognition. The real answer? We're lucky to be living in an era where we get to watch both of them work, because these are two of the best actors of their generation, and they're only getting started. Now, what do you think? Did Timothée deserve the Golden Globe, or did Michael B. Jordan get robbed? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives like this, make sure you're subscribed because we've got a lot more coming. See you in the next one.